that? And the answers were two. One, such an attack was absolutely unacceptable. It crossed our red lines. There had to be severe consequences. And two, there had to be accountability and justice. There had to be accountability of the perpetrators, and they and their supporters had to be brought to justice. Now, the first clear message, sir, of India's anger, of our resolve, of our determination, was the decision taken by the Cabinet Committee on Security immediately, the day after, on 23rd of April. A number of steps were taken. Pakistani visas under SARC were cancelled. The mission was reduced in strength. The military advisors were expelled. But the most important decision was to hold the Indus Waters Treaty in abeyance. Now, sir, there has been a lot of discussion in the House. Different members have expressed their opinion, as they should. But I think the importance of this step, it's necessary that the House understand and appreciate it. Because, sir, the Indus Waters Treaty in many ways is a very unique agreement. I cannot think of any agreement in the world where a country has allowed its major rivers to flow to the next country without having rights on that river. So it was an extraordinary agreement. And it's important when we have put it in abeyance to recall the history of this agreement. Now I know, sir, yesterday I heard some people are uncomfortable with history. They prefer that historical things are forgotten. Maybe it doesn't suit them, they only like to recall some things. So let me, for the benefit of the House, sir, mention three important observations which were made in Parliament on the issue of the Indus Waters Treaty. This was on November 30th, 1960. And the observations were made by the then Prime Minister on this subject. First, he says, I would like to know, is this House now to judge the quantum of supply of water or the quantum of money to be given? I confess I cannot judge it offhand. So the Prime Minister of India then is telling the Parliament, you cannot be a judge of the quantum of water. You should not be looking at how much money we are giving to Pakistan. That is not your business. Let me, sir, give you a second quote. The Prime Minister then goes on, sir, because many members objected to the Indus Waters Treaty. He says, honorable members have been saying that there was a partition. What has happened is none of our lookout. We should not give them anything. That is neither, now this is the Prime Minister's view, sir, then Prime Minister's view. That is neither a strictly legal, constitutional, or just approach to this problem. If we follow that approach, it would mean turning a great part of West Punjab into almost a wilderness. West Punjab is Pakistani Punjab. So the Prime Minister is saying, let us do this treaty because the Indian Parliament, the Indian government, the country should put the interests of Pakistani Punjab. So not a word about the interests of the Kisan of Kashmir, of the people of Punjab.
Please take your seat. Mr. Jairam Ramesh, nothing is going on record. Please, nothing is going on record. सिर्फ माननीय विदेश मंत्री की बातें ही रिकॉर्ड पे जा रही हैं.
Not a word about Rajasthan, not a word about Himachal, but it is turning a great part of West Punjab.
Take your seat.
Sorry, sir, you can't get treated like this.
Into almost a wilderness.
He's lying here.
Sir,
Please take your seat.
He's not lying.
सीट पर बैठ करके बोलना सही नहीं है, आप जानते हैं.
Sir, then I'll give you the third quote.
Please.
He now says because people are saying you are paying money. We felt that in the circumstances, this is the right payment, and we purchased a settlement, if you like. We purchased peace, and it is good for both countries. 1960, sir, he says he purchased peace. We did not purchase peace, sir. It was a purchase of appeasement, because within 1 year, the same Prime Minister accepted that with Pakistan there was no peace. Now, sir, I hear some noises across the bench. I would be very happy to submit, sir, the Prime Minister's speech in the record of the Lok Sabha and to keep it on the table. Now, I mention this, sir, because that very treaty. That very treaty.
आपका opportunity आएगा, आप बोलें अपनी बात को, please.
That very treaty mentions in the preamble that the Indus Waters Treaty is done in a spirit of goodwill and friendship. Sir, since 1960, we have had neither goodwill nor friendship. We've had terrorism, we've had attacks on our population, we've had wars. Such a treaty had to be dealt with, and this government dealt with it. सभापति महोदय, मैं एक बार और दोहराना चाहता हूं कि उनको फिक्र थी पाकिस्तानी पंजाब, उनको फिक्र जम्मू एंड कश्मीर के किसानों पर नहीं थी, उनको सर फिक्र राजस्थान के किसानों की नहीं थी, उनको फिक्र हिमाचल पर नहीं थी.
Ruchi ji has right to speak. No, please.
और
you'll get your opportunity to speak, please.
सर, उनका कहना था कि संसद का ना हक है कि कितना पानी जाए ना कितना पैसा जाए. और सर, जो वो कहते हैं कि हमने ये शांति की कीमत थी, नहीं सर, ये तुष्टीकरण की कीमत थी. अब सर
please. Let the honorable minister speak.
We sir grew up with the belief that nothing can be done.
Please.
Sir, we were told.
Please.
We were told for 60 years.
आपको मौका मिलेगा, आप बोले, please.
Sir, we were told for 60 years that nothing can be done. Pandit Nehru's mistakes cannot be corrected. The Narendra Modi government shows it can be corrected. Like Article 370 was corrected. The Indus Waters Treaty is being corrected. It will be held in abeyance until Pakistan irrevocably gives up its support of terrorism. Sir, we had warned. We had warned that blood and water cannot flow together. Today, we are demonstrating that what we say we will do, blood and water will not flow together. Now, sir, let me come to Operation Sindoor. The goals of Operation Sindoor were spelled out very clearly within half an hour of the operation commencing, and it was stated very directly that the objective of Operation Sindoor was hitting terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, from where terrorist attacks against India have been planned and directed. It was also said that our actions are focused, measured, and non-escalatory in nature, and we are living up to a commitment. I will come to that commitment, sir, in the UN Security Council, that those responsible for the attack will be held accountable. Now, sir, the House knows that India has faced a special cross-border challenge, not today, not for 10 years, not for 25 years, from 1947. That from few months after our independence, the cross-border terrorism started when so-called tribal invaders were sent across and they came into Jammu and Kashmir. And from that time, sir, we have had to lead the global fight against terrorism. There is no country in the world, especially I would say after 1980s, there is no country in the world which has had to suffer the kind of terrorism, which has taken the kind of casualties we have, which has seen, so many states, so many facilities, so many people attacked in this inhumane manner. But sir, if we have to shape global thinking, if we have to convince others, we must be clear ourselves. And again, I refer to history. Because, why do I refer to history? Because what was decided in the past is not a debating point. The decisions of the past have an impact on the present, have an impact even on the future. We inherit a thinking about us, we inherit a policy, we inherit actions. So, we have to see what actually was the record. Now, the reality, sir, was, if you look for that decade before the Modi government came to power, we have had a series of attacks. And this is well known. In Mumbai in 2006, because this attack is particularly important, 187 people died.
Please.
In 2000,
You cannot dictate what he will speak. No. Please, let him speak. He will speak. Only this will go on record.
in 2008,
आपको जब अपना मौका मिलेगा तो बोले, आप दूसरे को बोलने से रोक नहीं सकते. प्लीज. हाँ बोले. आपकी बात ही रिकॉर्ड पे जाएगी. आप खुद अपना पक्ष रखते हैं, दूसरा सुनने को तैयार नहीं. प्लीज.
in 2007, 44 people died in Hyderabad. In 2008, the Mumbai attacks, 26/11. The world still remembers it. 246 people died. In Jaipur, in 2008, 64 people died. In Ahmedabad, in 2008, 57 people died. In Delhi, sir, I am a person from Delhi. I remember the bomb blast which took place in 2008. So, we went through a series of attacks. Now, why am I reminding the House of this? I am reminding...
Please, Mr. John Britas, please take your seat.
I am reminding the House because when major terrorist incident happened, the world watched how did India respond. And the world drew lessons. So, how did we respond? After 2006, I refer to the Mumbai train bombing. July 2006 was the bombing. In September 2006, within 3 months, we had a meeting in Havana where it was agreed between the Prime Ministers of India and Pakistan. Instead of holding Pakistan responsible, we said we condemn all acts of terrorism and agree that it's a scourge that needs to be dealt with. And, by the way, we will resume our composite dialogue. Now, there are two important points which flow out of it, and they are relevant because this shapes the world's perception of how India is likely to respond. It shaped the world's perception that within 3 months, you are actually equating the victim and the perpetrator. And in a move away from what was agreed to in January 2004 between Prime Minister Vajpayee and General Musharraf, where Pakistanis had assured us that their territory and territory under their control will not be used to attack us. Now we are saying, yes, terrorism happened. It happened 3 months ago. A lot of people died in Mumbai. But fine, we will go on with the composite dialogue. So this, sir, started shaping the thinking of the world about India's response to terrorism. Now, if this was not bad enough, it was actually Mumbai, 26/11. Now, there is not a single person in this house, not a single person in this country who will ever forget or forgive 26/11. Now, in the case of Mumbai,